Focus. Focus. Hi guys, how's it going? So today I wanted to film a video on kind of my experience with owning a puppy, but also some tips for you guys if you're considering getting a puppy or a dog in general. Yeah. If you're wondering about this look here, I filmed a video on it and it'll either be up before this video or after. I'm not too sure which one is going to go up first, but yeah, there is a video on this look. So, the first thing that I want to cover when you are getting a puppy is you have to make sure that you are ready. That you're ready for the money that it's going to cost you, the time and the patience. It is a really big responsibility. You have to make sure you're ready and that you are willing to promise this dog that you're bringing into your life a forever home. That's how it is for me anyway. My puppy will be sticking with me for the rest of his life, and every other dog that I get, because I do plan on having about 5 dogs. Alright, so, I got my puppy Bones in August, I believe, last summer, and he was, I think, 9 or 10 weeks old or something around that age, and oh, he was just adorable. Me and my boyfriend got him, and yeah, I just kind of fell in love right away. His name is Bones after Billy Bones the pirate. My boyfriend named him that. He's kind of obsessed with pirates. So yeah, his name is Bones. He is a pirate dog and he's wonderful. He is about 10 months now. It'll be 11 months next month. When we got him, we went back to his dad's place because his dad lives nearby where we got the puppy. His wife was down and she had her 2 dogs, and it was a little golden doodle and then a poodle, and so he had experience with new dogs straight away, and I think that was good. He was a little bit nervous of them at first, obviously, but he warmed up to them. But most of the time we were there, he slept like just slept like a rock. He was really, really good. And on the car ride home, he felt much better to be in the back seat than rather up with us for some reason. So we left him in the back seat, and he was really, really comfortable there. And then yeah, when we got home, first brought Bones home. I was kind of nervous that he was going to be up throughout the whole night because he is a puppy. This is his new home. You know, we took him away from his brothers and his mom and his dad, and brought him into the strange new place. And I was expecting him to be up throughout the night whining and crying and, I don't know, pooping and peeing, but no, he was actually very, very wonderful. Like I said, we got home pretty late at night, and I expected him to not sleep throughout the night, but he did. He slept like a rock. He was, oh, so amazing. Like, I had him on my chest, and he fell asleep there, and it was the most cutest thing ever. And did not say one single peep throughout the night. Before, we would have pee pads down and everything, and he would go on those, and we would try to get him outside as much as possible so he could do his business outside instead of on the pee pads. And up until about, I would say, maybe I don't know, it took him probably until he was about, I want to say like 5 or 6 months to completely stop peeing and messing in the house. I mean, obviously there are accidents if we go out and leave him accidentally too long. yeah, I expect there to be a little nugget on the floor. No, he was really good with potty training. And now he goes outside all the time. He's 11 months? No, 10 months I said. And yeah, he goes outside pretty much all the time. Like I said, unless, you know, he has that little accident in the house while we're gone. So another thing about Bones and just getting a puppy in general is that they like to chew. Bones in particular is a very hardcore chewer. He is also an amazing swimmer. He is a lab mixed with a Nova Scotia Duck-Toller. Yeah, he loves to swim. He will even jump into the showers with me. It's kind of crazy, but it's adorable. And yeah, he loves the water. We try to socialize Bones as much as we possibly can with other dogs because we don't want him to be uncomfortable around dogs. At the moment he is pretty good around them. Some dogs freak him out a little bit. Thankfully we live in a dog-friendly apartment, so we're around dogs constantly, you know. Whenever I take Bones out to pee, there's usually someone else out there with their dog. And Bones is very, very submissive, I guess, to other dogs. He'll lay down on his belly and put his feet up in the air, and yeah, it's super cute, but yeah. But when we go to my parents' place, whenever we go to my parents' place, because my parents have 4 Yorkies. Yeah, they have 4 Yorkies. It's funny because I think it's because Bones is such a younger dog. He's got such high energy. All the Yorkies are about 3-4 years old. I mean, they're not old, but they're not as young and not as hyper. But so all of them don't want anything to do with him. The littlest one, Sophie, she's only about 4 pounds. She will stand up to him, and he's not a big dog, but I mean, compared to 4 pounds, yeah. So she will stand up to him and growl at him and bark at him, and it's the cutest thing ever. It's probably not the best, but it's pretty damn cute because she's got this high-pitched bark and she's so tiny. But yeah, and then my parents' other dog, Jasper, always gets picked on by him. I don't know what it is about Jasper, but he's the one that always gets picked on. And then there's Oliver. He is, you know, so friendly and so nervous. He is the dog who I think takes after me mostly because he was my dog when I lived at home. I obviously couldn't take him with me because I, you know, can't separate them. But he was my dog, and I think, you know, he took a little bit after me because he's very, very anxious and nervous. And so whenever my dog is around him, he just like curls into a little ball and tries to like scurry away. And you'll even see him like try and growl at him, which is kind of funny as well because he's not a growling dog. He is a friendly dog, but just terrified of my dog. And then we have Gracie, and she is totally the alpha of these 4 dogs. She was the first Yorkie that my parents got, so she's a little bit spoiled, and she is a total bitch. I'm like, oh, she's adorable. Like, she's the prettiest little Yorkie ever, but just such a bitch. She will try and attack him sometimes when he gets in his space, but he doesn't care. He'll just go after her continuously because I really don't think he takes her seriously. Like, because he won't back down from her, I think she's a little bit intimidated by it, and she doesn't feel like she's the alpha of the pack anymore. I don't know. It's funny. Funny relationships with dogs. Our old neighbor used to have a pit bull, and they were best friends. Whenever they went out, the pit bull would come over here and hang out with us, even spend the night with us. He is, we trained him off leash. We used to only have him on leash for probably a couple months, and then we took him, like I said, our neighbors who had the pit bull, we went to a dog park with them, and it was an off-leash dog park, so that was really Bones' first experience being off-leash and also being around so many dogs at once, and he did really well. Like, his recall has gotten a lot better now, but he did really good off-leash, and now he is pretty fucking good off-leash. Like, I live in the city, in an apartment, in front of a train track and behind like a shit ton of traffic, and I can trust my dog to be outside without a leash, which is wonderful. He will not run down to the train tracks, he will not run up to the road. He's never done that. He is very, very treat motivated. As long as you have a treat with you, especially cheese. Oh, he loves cheese. But yeah, I used to, up until probably about a month ago, I would always take Bones out without a leash. My boyfriend was a little bit different because he is more confident with the situation. I freak out inside my head taking him out without a leash. At first, it did really freak me out. But now, I mean, it still kind of makes me a little bit anxious, but I've gotten used to it, and I've gotten pretty good at taking him out without a leash. And I mean, it's mostly my issues. It's not the dog issues. I know. I trust him and he trusts me, which is probably the most important thing in our relationship, is the trust that we have for each other. Another one of the first times we had him off leash unsupervised was one time in the summer. We went down to my boyfriend's dad's place, and he has like tons of open land, and it's pretty private, so it's not that close to the road. It's this long trail before you get to the road. But my boyfriend and I slept outside for the whole time we were there, just because it was beautiful out, and you know, it's kind of like camping. So we slept outside on the deck, and we would let Bones, we would have the patio door open, and we would let Bones go wherever he wanted to go. We didn't have to keep our eyes on him all the time, and it's cute because he would, you know, run around the house, do his thing, and then he would come back to the deck, make sure we were still there, and run back and do his thing again. So there's a mutual trust between my boyfriend and I and our dog, which is amazing. Well, that's all I have to say about that, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Bye, guys.
I wrote me a book, I hid the last page, I didn't even look, I think I locked it in a cage. Wrote a novel, 'cause everybody likes to read a novel. It started with a word, and it started pretty well, about a rare and fragile bird that I couldn't even spell on the table. think I left it on the table. I found the last page in the sky, cold and sweet like an apple. I found you and now the story has its proper end. Oh, hello, will it be mine? I haven't felt this alive in a long time. All the streets are warm today. Hey, read the signs. I haven't been this alive in a long time. The sun is up, the sun will stay. Oh,